The Reformed doctrine of salvation does not stop at justification. It continues with sanctification. And sanctification is the lifelong process of becoming more like Christ. It's not like we say the sinner's prayer and then we are done following Jesus. Sanctification is this process of the Holy Spirit purifying our hearts and our minds and guiding us in our actions so that we can become more like Christ, that we can think like Him, love like Him, teach like Him. John Calvin in his Institutes describes different classifications of this process of sanctification. So it's good for us to reflect on our own lives and also to think about the people around us and where they are. Calvin writes, "Let us examine what kind of righteousness is possible to man through the whole course of his life. Let us indeed make a fourfold classification of it. For men are either, number 1, endowed with no knowledge of God and immersed in idolatry. Number 2, initiated into the sacraments, yet by impurity of life, denying God in their actions, while they confess Him with their lips, they belong to Christ only in name. Number 3, they are hypocrites who conceal with empty pretenses their wickedness of heart. Or number 4, regenerated by God's Spirit, they make true holiness their first concern." So I think those classifications are good for us to reflect on and to think about honestly, where am I? Where do I fall into these classifications? But I also think it's important for us to think about the people that we know. And in my 2 years of experience in the Twin Cities, of all these categories, I think most people in the Twin Cities fall into category number 2. You get to know them a little bit more, it doesn't really seem like they are bearing the fruit of the Spirit in their lives. That maybe they grew up in a church, maybe they go to church only on Christmas and Easter, but it doesn't seem like they're daily denying themselves, picking up their crosses and following Christ. Another group of people that I feel like are somewhat common are number 3. So I think there are some really big churches that have some really great music, but it doesn't seem like some of their people are really following Jesus. And again, it is only God's position to know the heart, but I just want us to reflect on who we are as a church and who we are as individuals. My hope is that we can be the 4th category, that true holiness can be our concern, that we can daily follow Christ and daily try to build our relationship with God by loving God with all of our heart, soul, mind, and strength, and loving the people around us as ourselves. So my hope is that all of us continue in the process of sanctification.